Do. Gotta do. I have to do a little bit of magic. And then. There we go.
Let me make sure Mint actually has the correct roles to join. Yep, they have anti-FV roles. So, you recording?
I'm now recording, yes. Hello.
So, some of the things about Kiros is guess where we'll start. And we can always play back the recording to Mint so they can catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Kiros is actually an IP and info grabber, is its primary purpose. As soon as someone joins, they know the time the account was created, they know the IP that the account was last logged into, they know the device information, they know the device's everything. The phone's IP, the fucking anything that phone has on it, they know. They know the amount of apps, they know the most frequently used apps, they know the search history, they can pull all of that from your phone. Just from you logging into the server once.
Holy shit.
Alright, Mint just due to my prior engagement in Furry Valley and my likeliness of if my name gets spread, I will be targeted. I am now going by Z while we are in voice chats that are recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Alright, can you hear me?
Yes.
Does it sound like shit?
No.
Perfect. Alright, and then I gotta just make sure that my rats can be as quiet as not heard very well, I should say. Shh, fan.
Well, I'm Fallen, ex-YouTube admin. I have Z, who is an ex-admin, who just talked about Kiros. And I also have Mint, who is also an ex-admin, who also has been a little bit more vocal about things. They're going to tell their side of the stories. Obviously, everyone knows my side of the story about what happened between me and Zavis, although I don't know why he went unpunished, so, I don't know if you were around there.
Okay,
It
I'm
was a
going to
different
chime in
bullshit.
since you've mentioned one of my ex's name, or as Furry Valley knows, they weren't actually my ex. I was just mainly using them to help them get promotion because I knew all the dark shit they did and I figured that I could use that against them. Xavis is into bestiality. Xavis is into grooming and pedophilia. Did I lose y'all?
No. That doesn't shock me, but it's just like, I know you left before the whole me finally whistleblowing on the whole him trying to extradite me out of money thing.
Oh, I was gone, but I've never left Furry Valley. I have 7 alts there.
Well, I reported that, I don't know why Simba did not bring that to the T6s, but I still have the picture of the screen share.
We're just going to use the beginning letter of everyone's name if everyone hasn't been introduced, just for simplicity. One of the things that I will say about Furry Valley is you really need to be careful because as soon as Simba catches on to you, he will start saying stuff like, oh, this person is bestiality, this person's into pedophilia, anything to discredit your name. Simba is not actually as dangerous as people think he is. He is actually 32 years old. Whatever that, I fucking forgot, Kiwi Farm has his name wrong. His name is not Chris Bryant. His true name is Christopher Alex. He lives on one of the coast of the UK. I am currently trying to track his position and track him because I have kind of stolen his IP from his phone. Since I was one of the main users of the Curious bot and I helped develop it, I still have a backdoor into it and I can track IPs. The only thing is, he never logs in from the same device. He's very careful and calculated. I actually have a DM history with Soto, and I can actually pull up his exact town that he lives in.
Remind me not to be on your bad side.
Yes, because I'm the main developer and the main person who developed Keros.
Yeah.
All of the tracking that Keros does, everything, the IP grabbing, the app tracking, everything, I developed.
So that's
Mint
why
can
Pete's
back me
got.
up on that, because I have literally done a video chat with them and shared my screen and showed them my backdoor entrance to Keros, and has shown all the IPs of almost everyone in the server.
That's really huge. I know. Vent into the Void was just used to just get more information on people to blackmail them. So, what was one of the worst things you witnessed in Furry Valley before you like really this was like when did your loyalty to Simba finally waver? Z.
I never had loyalty to Simba per se, because I was literally recruited to basically be a detective against Furry Valley since the beginning. Ever since I first joined as a regular member, I was anti-Furry Valley. I worked my ranks up within a year to a tier 6, showed my loyalty by having to disgrace and discredit my name to say I was into all of the things that Christopher was into, aka Simba. One of the main things I had to discredit my name into saying was I was into bestiality and pedophilia and grooming, which fucking is disgusting, and I wish anyone who sides with anything like that would fucking get shot with a shotgun, full of dragon's breath, and double up buck and burnt in hell for all eternity. I harbor a extremely strong hatred towards Simba and Nova. Though I will say one thing, out of all of the higher up admins, the only admin that has nothing disgusting about them is Soto. The only thing that he has bad about him is he is just a kinky motherfucker. Like, not in a bad way either. Yes, he does like gore, but that's not what we're after. We're after the pedophilia and bestiality and grooming, if I am correct.
Yeah. I say the grooming. I honestly do say that they do cult grooming, which is which obviously we were all ex admins. We were all told not to look up the information. We were all told to block all people who were talking bad things about Furry Valleys, which are mainly ex admins. And this is why I made a whistleblower series, is so ex admins who hear UZ and hear you Mint, I hope that I can inspire other admins to just finally come out of the woodwork and just say their side of the story, because Simba will tell us, let's just say you were banned Z and I was still an admin. I would be told not to ask your side of the story, right?
Yes, as that has actually happened to me. I actually am the person who trained D the Fur. I have trained several of the admins who have been banned, and have a personal connection to some of them. Even after they have left Furry Valley, I have remained in contact with them. I have kept them informed of everything happening in Furry Valley. On top of that, I have literally been doing detective work to train all 7 of my alt accounts, which are never logged in from the same device. I have 12 different mobile devices, which each of them are only logged into once. I check up on Furry Valley once a month, keep my memberships of all of them down to minimum. Just like there's one thing people don't realize that happened in Furry Valley. There was this thing for a while that Simba was hosting called Pet Prentice, which was Simba's way to find him a new pet. And the ways of doing it is you have to go through a series of trials from all of his kings, stepping, because Mint has seen the steps I have gone to get close to Simba.
Oh, yes, I have. I do not know how you can stand it.
Yes, including being like, you know, oh, please, fucking do not want to say this out loud. God damn, me begging Simba for steppies. Which, if it wasn't Simba, I could get behind that, because yes, big old furry paws and a fucking fursuit. Yes, they are fucking cute. But, like, not in a sexual way. It's more of a I don't know the word for it. Like a playful way, kind of like a bapping. But like
Speaking of
Simba took it to a
steppies,
sexual level.
That's see.
though, isn't it
To the
kind of
point
weird
where
that
in
the
role
steppies and
plays,
the
Simba literally goes into detail about the amount of pressure that he is pushing down. I have literally saw him put down the exact amount of force required to crush a human skull down under one of his steppies in roleplay.
Holy shit.
Simba is a sick, twisted bastard who takes pride in people's pain. He has literally told kids to shoot themselves that he has groomed. And I have literally been in the VC when he told a kid to shoot himself and record it live so he could watch the live stream of it.
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
He gets sexual pleasure from violence. I have literally watched in a VC, because at one point he had a girlfriend. I have watched him literally walk up to her and slap the living shit of her out of her to the point where he almost turned her neck all the fucking way around. Like full force slapped, backhanded, and threw her across the fucking room.
holy shit.
Wait, isn't he gay?
No. He puts on that persona because he doesn't want people realizing he's bi. Because his main victims are 12-year-old girls who he rapes and molests.
Which makes the after dark chat and everything I know about that really awkward. But on the comment of the steppies and everything, isn't it weird that that is in the Safe for Work chat? Like they have if I recall correctly, they have a vor game in the Safe for Work chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yes.
about that game. Oh my god, that thing
Yeah,
was fucking stupid.
a kink game in the Safe for Work chat where children should be. That's
Like
kind
I
of
said, I
weird.
have been
That's
there
kind
since day
of
one. Their setup of how they have their server, I'm not gonna lie, I would really fucking love to get a exact copy of the server. No chats, like just the rules, and everything. Because they actually have a damn good server setup. They have good rules, they have good everything. The only problem is the sick twisted shit. It needs to be under new management. I would really love to take over Furry Valley.
Simba would never let you do that.
No.
I would
Oh,
love to see Furry Valley under different management. I feel like it could do so well.
also
I
the
personally would recommend, because Soto and me have had serious conversations. Soto likes gore, but he doesn't take it into a sexual way. He just more likes, his character, it being done to. Not in a sexual way, but he just has a very violent nature. Which I can understand from someone who has been through a lot of physical abuse. That is like a coping mechanism, I guess you could say. Soto would really do good to take care of the server.
I would still be permanently banned because the whole drama between me and Mr. Zay and all that shit. But um, it's really funny. After I quit, the YouTube channel pretty much just went dead.
Rip.
Rip.
I have no idea how the Telegram is doing after I left.
The Telegram group chat is still very active. The YouTube and Twitter side of it has gone down as Soto is no longer in. Well, not Soto, Nova is no longer in control of Twitter. So they don't have someone rapidly pushing for updates and to meet the quota.
I hate how they ran all of that on the admin side. It was like a sweatshop of just trying to pump out as much content as possible.
Oh
It was
yeah.
wild.
It was awful, and like I could easily do a video a week, which was T4 requirements, and I was practically a T4. But the bullshit that happened behind the scenes, since you were T6 when I was around Z, you started the bullshit that happened between me. What happened, and they were just using me for my first suit, and I was like, fine, fuck you.
I mean, they used me for my art. I was on the design team. I had to quit because I got burnt out and I just didn't have time. They would push you
I do
to just keep
apologize
pumping
that we're
out
going to
art.
say this, M. I do apologize because you do realize there was a point where I was becoming very hostile towards you in a server. I was trying to make it look like I wasn't aligned with you. Because if they noticed I was aligned with someone I was training, they would have gotten a hint sooner.
I didn't even notice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't.
And there is something I regret doing, because I have made a lot of friends in Furry Valley. I have had to talk behind a lot of my friends' back, which is something I swore I would never do, just to please Simba. I have had to talk shit on M. I was one of the main people who had to talk shit on you as well, S. I was there the whole time. Yes, I was no longer an admin. Yes, I was banned from Furry. No, I wasn't even banned from Furry Valley. Ask Mint. I didn't get banned until what, a month ago? My main account?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit longer because I was still working the job that I was working at the time. It was a couple months ago. It was
Two,
probably
3 months
back
ago.
in. Yeah.
The only reason why I was banned was because I wanted to get banned.
Did you say you wanted to get banned?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the way you got banned, I expected nothing less. I knew that that's what I had a feeling that was what was going to happen.
Because you know the reason why I wanted to get banned. Simba knew I was on his side. Simba knows I know every single secret about Fairy Valley. He knows I'm one of the main developers for the Kira spot. He knows I was behind almost every operation. Because what people don't realize is, yes, Soto helps run the server. But what I did is I ran the server from the shadows. I was basically, when Simba wasn't online, I was the one running it in the background. Ask Mint, how many times did I literally tell Soto, who was the exact same rank as me, to do something? How quickly would Soto get on it?
So I didn't so much pay attention to what was going on the Discord side of things. I mostly focused on Telegram, so I didn't really notice any of that. Like, I didn't pay attention to the Discord at all. I was solely focused on my 3 categories because it was a lot of work to do. So I have no idea
See,
what Soto did and when.
Mint, imagine the amount of work you had to do, and then multiply that by 20. You do
Oh
realize I
yeah.
ran not only the server for Discord, I ran the Minecraft server, I ran the Twitter server, I ran all of their game servers. I ran their YouTube, I ran their Telegram.
Oh yeah, I know you were a high-ranking person. You taught me how to do some of my stuff
I literally taught
before
you
I was
things.
even taught.
One of the things that people don't realize, there is a hidden role in Furry Valley called a T7. There is also a role called a T8, which is technically Simba's ranking. The T7 role doesn't exist in the Discord, but is a role that is verbally given. If you were given a T7 role, you still hold a T6 ranking, but as soon as you're given that verbal role, you are higher than every tier 6. I had said role. T7s, whenever Simba is not online, any problems that Simba needs to address, I can address. I would literally take care of everything.
You also had special perks because of what you were doing. So like you were definitely high up there, and I knew the entire time that you were high up there.
If you didn't realize, my name, my old Discord name, was one of the #1 on the buddy system.
That's another thing I didn't touch. I didn't touch the buddy system. I have severe anxiety. I can't do people very well.
Oh, I know you now. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Now I know you.
So
Oh.
if you
Yeah.
remember, one of my... Hold on, I'm trying to send a text. One of my names on there for longest was Mini Simba, Simba Cat, Simba Coon, or if anyone currently has their version of Discord pulled up, look through there and see if you see an old profile called Simba. Like anything that looks like Simba's profile and is almost uncannily exactly like his.
Oh, I'm banned off everything. I can't see anything Furry Valley except for one thing, which I'm not gonna mention because I kind of want to be able to see that still. I also don't think they care that I can see that because, like, what's it gonna do?
I'll put it this way.
But one thing I can
You
still
know
see.
on Telegram how they have the part where you can post photos for Furry Valley? The NSFW posting?
Yeah, that shit was so weird.
They can't ban my Telegram from it because if they ban my Telegram from it, it will no longer work.
Oh my god,
Oh, GG.
what idiots.
Because I am the developer for it.
Oh, GG. Yeah, I hated that thing. The rules specifically about it were kind of sketchy. The things that were allowed versus weren't allowed, it was sketchy. Like, if I recall correctly, it was they didn't allow human X feral, but I think they allowed Anthro X feral. And it's like this is kind of the same thing. It's just not a human. Why are we allowing this? That was one of the big ones for me. It's like this does not make sense. Why are we allowing that? And then, like, I think feral X feral was allowed, and it's like, okay, I guess, like, if we're gonna have rules, maybe we should be a little bit more firm about them. Like, an anthro is still like a sentient human ish. It's just it's basically take the mind of a human, put it in a furry body, and still put it upright. It's still technically kind of humanoid.
Speaking of, M, are your
Feral,
conditions
obviously
open?
feral.
I'm gonna let it know it's Furry Valley, but M, are your conditions open? I'm gonna pause and disconnect from the VC real quick. My boss is calling me.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Holy
And then there were two.
And then there were two. Obviously, Mint, you are the one that they won't credit your art. Obviously, you can tell me how that makes you feel.
I had been warned in advance. There is a Telegram picture set of Simba that I was warned way in advance that, like, hey, they didn't, like, they ripped credit from this individual. They refused to give credit. I was warned many times by many people in advance that that was something going on. Apologies about any noise going on outside. There's currently construction going on in my house. I thought that they were done, but apparently not.
I am so
Apparently they decided right now to go.
excited to fucking hate me.
But I had a feeling that this would happen, so I actually took a screenshot when one of their admins came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm wanting to, like, what do you want me to put for your credit?" And I was like, "Hey, I was banned, so they're probably not going to let this happen, but this is what I would like
Oh,
if
there's a crack
they're
in my
actually
screen.
going to accept me." What was that?
There's a crack in my phone screen. I just noticed it meant because your background is so green that it's literally the green like what the LED would show, like what the actual color of the LEDs in the background are, and it just showed the fucking crack in my screen, and I'm scared now because I don't want to break my fucking $800 phone.
Rip. But I had a feeling that this would happen, so I actually took a screenshot, and I'll have to send you the pictures so that you can throw it into the video.
Alright, poofing
But
again.
I have a screenshot of Thompson, which, funny enough, so apparently there was an admin meeting. Keep in mind, I'm banned. I got this from a third-party source, but apparently there's an admin meeting where they're deciding who would get credit for designs, and they specifically named me as someone they did not want to give credit to, and throughout the conversation, they misgender me. Simba knows that I go by he, they, and he continuously calls me she, even though he knows. And when I was banned, I had somebody who was an ex-admin who later quit because of the fact that they are misgendering me tell me that he was specifically calling me she, her, because, oh, they betrayed us. They betrayed us. I don't need to respect their pronouns because they betrayed us. Sadly, I don't have the screenshots of him saying that. I only have hearsay on it, but that is what I was told.
That's shitty. And like
It really is.
like with me, Mint, since I knew you as he, she, they, them, for me it's a little bit harder because like we barely talk to each other. So for me, like if I accidentally call you she, I don't mean it out of malice. I just mean like we just talk once in a blue moon.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any issue if it happens on accident, but it's people who are maliciously doing it on purpose that I take offense of. If you just happen to misgender me, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'll correct you, but it doesn't bother me. It's people who are purposely doing it to go out of their way to be malicious that bothers me.
Yeah, but I just find it funny that it's like the whole IP tracking thing. I'm like that makes a lot of sense with like how ex admins make alternate accounts and how quickly they get banned. I'm like, you're not smart.
Oh yeah, they started implementing that in the Telegram chat. I know this because there was an individual who ended up getting me banned because they reported something. I tried to make it known to the admin team, and then Simba found out that this was someone who had been banned and traced it back to me. And I got banned because I'm not a good liar. I'm gonna be honest. But the only thing I did was try to implement the rules. It was the fact that I was associated at all with this anti-Furry Valley person that they banned me for it. Because I was talking to them. That was it.
Yeah, like I don't know how you were recruited, but I was recruited by Telegram.
I was also recruited by Telegram. Simba specifically asked me on several occasions, like, could be considered harassment. He PM'd me like 2-3 times when they started doing the admin recruiting. But he would PM me and ask me specifically to put in an application. And I told him, no, I'm not comfortable with this. I've had experience with adminning in like Minecraft groups and just in general, and I don't really like it because I have severe anxiety and I just get really, really anxious and start to panic if something goes wrong. It's just too much pressure for me.
I know Z is still away, so I'm just like stalling time until Z comes back. What else do you want
Oh
to
yeah.
say?
Do we want to talk about the After Dark chat when that still was around? The Discord? Because that was fun.
Wait, they got rid of it?
They didn't technically delete it, but there's the content that's on there now is nothing compared to what it used to be. It used to be like the IRL chat in Telegram where you could post pictures. There was one for females, there was one for males, and there was one for other. We used to be able to post there. There used to be like different chats for sexual orientations and kinks where they would have bots that you could get posts on. They even had, and I think this is why they closed it. They had like Lolita and Cub on there, I think. Like they had that stuff. I saw it. And
Oh
I found
yeah.
the other biggest Yeah, they did. I found the other biggest issue that they had was they had a lot of minors come in. And
Yeah.
people would be sexual with these minors because there wasn't really a verification process.
No,
The
there
only time
wasn't.
that they would like, verify is when someone would be like, hey, this is a minor. So you'd have to prove that you're not a minor. I actually did it at one point. So Simba does, if he hasn't deleted the chat, has my ID from a couple years back. I think that was still when I was using my other state ID though. But he did at one point have that. And I had to report, I think, 3 different minors. I was actually in a VC with one where they were being sexual, and then they mentioned that they were a minor, and I was like, and I pinged Simba immediately. I DM'd him, and I was like, hey, there's a minor. This individual was a minor. And he's like, oh, do you have proof? And I was like, well, it was in VC. They said it. And he ended up popping in the VC. I wasn't there when he popped in, but he popped in the VC and got the person to admit that they were a minor and then kicked them out of the group. But there was a big minor issue. And it makes me, based on like what the claims are going around right now, it makes me very uncomfortable thinking about that, because anytime that you would report a minor to Simba, that's informing Simba, hey, this individual is a minor. And then if they can't prove that they're not a minor because they don't have a 18 plus driver's license or ID of any sort, now he has a list of minors. He
Mm-hmm.
knows minors now, specifically minors that are willing to be sexual because they try to function in general. So it's like, we're putting minors in front of this man who is accused of being a pedo.
Yeah, and it's like with Yak. Yak was an admin. Before Yak was an admin, he was my buddy, and I told Yak, I'm like, hey, just be careful around people. You know, just don't become an admin until you're older, because it's like I had like my loyalty was gone after my first non promotion. So like with my buddies that I knew who were minor, as long as they were appropriate, I did not care. But I did have some minors who tried to hit on me. I'm like, one, no. Two, I'm setting a boundary right now. If you keep on doing this, I'm going to report you to higher ups. And I did report to higher ups. I had one person, I forgot their name, but they were being very sexual with me. And I was like, hell no.
Oh yeah, that is very uncomfortable. And the other fact is they like, easily allow people to become minors to become admins, to the point that like they sit there and say, hey, you cannot be sexual, you cannot say anything like that in the admin chats because there are minors here. And it's like, great, you're putting a group of people that you can't verify if they're going to be creepy towards minors or not in an area with minors. And I mean, you can't always prevent that, but it's just, I don't feel like Furry Valley protected their minors at all, but I don't think Simba cared.
No. And it's just like, what happened with me and what happened with you? It's like ridiculous that, they worked you to death. They worked me to death. And it's just like, that's how we became friends. We became friends after we left Furry Valley.
Yep.
Which was,
The day I got banned was interesting.
wait a second, man. I do have a question for you.
Go for it.
So I know that you were around with a lot of my Truth or Dare events. Were you told by higher ups just to keep an eye on me?
No, nobody told me anything about you. Not at all. I didn't even know, I didn't know anything about you when I was an admin. I just knew you were a fellow admin. That was about it. The Truth or Dare events, though, some of them were interesting.
Exactly, and it's really funny because, like, I do miss talking to Soto, but I would not trust him as far as to confirm. But like, Soto and I did get close, and then all of a sudden, like, when I just lost my shit because I was like, Zavis was abusing his power, and Zavis knew what he was doing. He went across things that he can't do, and I was like, he told me he can't do fucking Telegram shit, so I fucking ran the shit, and he didn't like that I was doing shit that he couldn't do.
One sec.
One sec.
Sorry, my partner just came in to ask what I was doing.
Where is Z?
Z, I think, had something to do with his boss. His? Her? I forgot their pronouns. But I think they'll be right back. They had something with their boss.
That's crazy. That I hope that you and Z inspire other admins to record their experiences and just let it out in the void, because I feel like it's good to let it out in the void because I feel so much more free, and like helping out other people is like helping me like realize like I was like really holding myself back in Furry Valley, and like when I wasn't getting the promotions, like I had to edit my videos, and I spent hours editing my videos, and you had to do it once a week to be a T4, or twice a week to stay a T3, which is way too much editing for one person to do.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of editing. I am a freelance artist, and I'm even having trouble with like TikTok. That's just a lot, and like I don't do barely any editing, but it's still like I used to do Minecraft videos. It is a lot of work, and having to get out a certain amount in a certain time. I don't feel like the admins cared how much they were burning you out. They just expected results, and they basically treated you like, oh, this is your job now. Even though we don't pay you, this is your job now. You work for me now. But here's the thing, it's a volunteer work. We are not getting paid for this. We are not getting a living wage to do this. Like, they had meetings on Fridays. I was always at work when they had meetings. And I had to tell Simba, hey, I can't make these meetings. I am at work all the time when these meetings are happening. You have your meetings in a time and date that does not work for me. And I think he told me I could just read the notes and be fine, because he's like, yeah, I think he was understanding of that. But I was like, I mean, you don't have a choice. I got like 2 or 3 meetings, and then I just was not able to make them anymore because I had a job. I could not make them, especially in the job that I had to. There was a lot of noise going on. I would not be able to talk on the phone. It would just be so much background noise. I was next to a pizza oven. You would not be able to hear anything I said.
Oh yeah, those things are fucking loud fuckers, or you're just melting yourself to death.
Yep. But I ended up quitting I'm like, I really like art, but I had to quit the design team because I got burnt out and I couldn't do anymore after like the second or third one, because I was having to try and pump out the best quality art possible because I didn't want to disappoint the people whose cards I did. And looking back, it still isn't my best quality, but it's because I was being worked so hard. I wasn't pumping out quality, I was pumping out quantity at that point.
Hey man,
And
can
I
you
quit the
draw me like?
designer team because. Go ahead.
Hey man, can you draw me like one of those French girls?
If you pay me, maybe.
Oh my god, I
Uh,
am joking.
hey, anybody pays me, I'll do it. There's some things I won't do, but
The meme of drawing like a French girl.
like, but the Twitter, I hated that. That sucked.
Oh.
Especially like they're like, use your own account, do this and do that, and I was like, nah, no, thanks. No, I'd rather not. And I had to go back and delete so much of that stuff because I used my personal account for that, and I was just like, huh, I don't like this. Especially because it was my art account, so it's like, I don't like this. Delete, 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 delete.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah, when
would
it
have
was.
a lot of people ban you, block you because of that shit. Like you lose a lot of fans for being from Furry Valley because how shady the shit they do.
Oh yeah, trust me, I got the experience of some very vehement people because of Furry Valley. I was doing the recruitment thing for Telegram, that mysterious list that nobody knows where it came from because it's very vague about the description. And I do need to send you the thing for this because I got hold of it. Thank you to the group chats that the anti-Furry Valley group chat that I joined, I ended up getting it. And front page Google, I think they were. But I got a hold of them, and I got someone to send me the recruitment doc. And you can see how bad it is. For one thing, we have no idea where that list comes from. They want you to trick the people that you're talking to into thinking that you have a mutual group with them. And they're like, here's the line you have to say. It even to the point that they suggest an alt account and have it be this certain look because, oh, furries are mostly submissive, so if you have this certain look, they'll be more interested in joining Furry Valley. And we were given like 10 names every week to do. Simba, guess what? Guess what, honey? I stopped doing that after the second week, and you never noticed for the year or so that I was an admin. Yeah, have fun going through all those names again, if you even remember them, because I didn't do that anymore. I lied. Because that was just absolutely rancid. And a fellow admin of mine who I no longer associate with because it turns out they aren't the best person. Surprise, surprise, Furry Valley turns out terrible people sometimes. But they got banned because they ended up running into an anti-Furry Valley person that was like, hey, did you know about all this stuff? And this admin turned to Simba and was like, hey, is this true? And Simba's like, what's their name? Who told you this? What's their name? I need to know. And the individual was like, no, I'm not telling you. Is this true? And they banned that individual, and Simba knows who this is. He banned that individual and said, hey, if you give me that name, I may unban you. And they eventually gave the name, and no, he kept them banned.
Oh, what he did?
Tricked them into giving the name.
He did the same thing to Dan's. He pretty much forced Dan's for me to private his video, and literally Dan's was there for literally an hour before he got banned. Dan was so happy to be back in Furry Valley. He was like, "Oh my god, I'm back! I'm back! I'm back! I'm so happy!" All of a sudden, he texted me within an hour, be like, "They kicked me out. I'm so upset." And I was just like, "Dan, I told you not to trust them. Mint told you not to trust them. Fucking everyone told you not to trust them." And yet, Dan decided to stab us in the back, go to them, and then all of a sudden be like, "Oh fuck, I fucked up."
Oh yeah, never trust Furry Valley. They will try to get whatever they can out of you. I had the opportunity if I wanted to try and go back. I haven't, because honestly, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I miss all the friends that I made in Furry Valley, though, because I made quite a few friends. And hey, if any of you recognized me, yes, hello, I am Mint. I am the small space bean, the cute one. You guys can add me on Telegram. I was banned by Simba. Like, I want to see you all again. Please. I miss my friends.
Some are just mindless zombies. Like Musky and I were really close friends until like he's just like, "Hey, don't spoil Survivor." I'm like, "I'm not that type of person, man. You should know that by now." And then all of a sudden, with that comment, he just decided to fucking block me. I'm like, "Dude, you literally thought I was gonna spoil Survivor for you. I'm not that type of person. You know that." That was literally our conversation piece for literally our whole time as admins. We just should talk about Survivor. That's it.
Yeah, it's wild. But I miss some of the friends I made.
True. It's like some people just like, and like a lot of old admins, especially higher up admins, had bad thoughts about me because what Simba was drilling in, what Zavis was drilling in, and I was like, Zavis was just drilling it in because he was just fucking caught trying to get money out of me, and it was hilarious because it was all the higher ups pretty much saying that I was dumb and stupid.
Yeah, Simba tried to do a slander campaign, a small little campaign of like, hey, they betrayed us, which ended up getting one admin to leave because he was misgendering me. So it backfired, and I find that hilarious.
Oh, I know who quit too. They were very upset when that person quit.
I don't remember their name off the top of my head, but yeah, they ended up quitting because of that, and I was just like, yeah, that happened.
Like,
I'm very happy that they ended up leaving, though. That was good.
yeah, you weren't around when they were treating Dark Fox like shit. It was really bad.
I feel like I know that individual, and if so, if they're hearing this for some reason, I am so sorry that happened to you. If you want someone to come to talk about it, I'm here. I'm here for anybody who wants to talk about it. Like I can even put you into if you need it.
Yeah, but I'm happy that, like, being anti Furry Valley, I made a lot more friends, but at the same time, like, losing friends suck, but it's just like, sometimes those people that you have in life that you think they could trust just end up not being people who you can trust. It just sucks.
Oh yeah, trust me, I was down that road. The admin that ended up getting banned by Simba, which is also the admin that ended up getting me, the ex admin at that point that ended up getting me banned because they reported something and I reported it and it backfired on me. They ended up obviously being a bad person. I thought that they were a good person, but it took me a while to realize, no, they were not the greatest person. It sucks, but it happens. But
But
I mean, there's a lot of bad things. Go ahead.
honestly, like, I really feel bad for Zavis because he'll never get promoted. I have multiple sources that tell me that he's never going to go any higher than T5 because of what he pulled on me, Dark Fox, and Fancy. He'll never get promoted because too many people know what the fuck he did.
Yeah, it's. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
All right, perfect. Sorry, my headphones got pulled out. Yeah, it is really shitty the kind of treatment that some admins have gotten. I mean, I've heard about your treatment. It was not the best. I feel like there was some other people that got some bad treatment too. I mean, even members sometimes were treated poorly. Like there was one individual that Simba convinced to send a dick pic, and then when he sent it, Simba made that dick pic into a post, into like a big post, an official post, humiliating that person and saying, "Oh yeah, I know you're into it," only to have that person say, "No, I'm not okay with this." And Simba never deleted that post. I have
Wow.
screenshots of that one too. It is censored with a possum because it's a dick pic, but
Nice
as
dick,
far as I'm aware,
loser.
it was never deleted.
uh, it just sucks that, like, you commit such time at Furry Valley and then people are like, wow, you were mistreated. And it's just like, the problem with, like, the people who witness the mistreatment is that it's just like, oh, what do you do?
I mean, yeah, it's a big server, and anytime someone speaks up, they just get banned for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I spoke up about a member that was saying some not like hinting at savory things, ended up being bestiality, and uh, um, dire blep uh, icon, but I ended up talking to them and they told me what happened. And I was like, hey, should we go to the chat about this? Should we report this? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, well, I'm going to report it because I don't think that we should allow this. This is, even as a joke, I think this is a little too far. It is against our rules. So I reported it, and Simba told me basically, just don't pay it any attention. Just try to sweep it under the rug, basically, and ignore it. Bring the conversation onto something else. Don't draw attention to it. And it's like, or we could delete that comment and tell the person not to do that again, like admins probably should.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he just wanted me to, and I have a screenshot for that too. He just wanted us to basically ignore it and sweep it under the rug. I was just like, mm-hmm. Thankfully, when I first joined, Z joined as an admin. Z gave me the warning that I was for Z. Hey, this is not hey, here and very easily. And even if he finds it and somehow gets it banned, guess what? I have a backup. Because I know that. But starting that channel because I was warned in advance and I was like, hey, I need somewhere to compile all this and I'm experiencing. So we chat, and the first part of the chat is things, and then you could see where I took it over and I started posting things. And then when I was eventually banned, and I will admit I had a full-on breakdown because a year of my time, of my energy, of my friends, of actually multiple years of my friends, I made a family there. All that was ripped away. I had a breakdown that day. It was November 4th that I was banned, so I'm officially at 1 year of being banned from Furry Valley. And ta-da! But I found the anti-Furry Valley group, and I was exploring through that, and I found Simba docs. I found the chat. It was kind of dead when I joined, but I think I kind of brought it back in a way when I joined because I had someone, and I kept adding people and invite people, and people add other people, and a bunch of people just in this chat, and I mean, we kind of started the community back up again. And then we had Cord Kitty. I still don't know if what he posted was trustworthy or not. I have to go dig through it still, but yeah, we had Cord Kitty. Cord Kitty was a thing. But I got quite a bit of evidence from that, like the recruitment doc. And somebody, I think it was the pizza guy, sent us the audio clip that we can link in at any point in time of Simba basically saying that he was not going to credit any of the people that were, thinking about not crediting any of the people that were banned for the art that they did because they are banned. So anybody who gets banned by Furry Valley, if you do art, congrats, you're probably not getting credit for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're just shitty.
Hey, hopefully people see this and they realize, yeah, that's something that truly did happen, and you can hear it in Simba's words.
At least we're not like most ex-FB admins who will just be like, fuck him, I want to just do all this bad things to him. No, we're just exposing the fucking truth.
Oh yeah, no, I hate Simba with a passion, but I don't want to make false claims about him, and I do not have the energy to try to like raid his chat or dox him or anything like that. I would rather just tell the honest truth about what happened. And it makes me so happy seeing all the videos right now that are being published on Furry Valley. I actually have commented on several of them. In one of the videos, I think it was by, starts with an L, Lappy or something?
Largo,
It's
yeah.
the bunny one. Yeah, them. They took a bunch of screenshots of people's comments and put them in a document. I'm in there. My comment is in there, and it makes me so happy. But I've been trying to comment on any video that mentions Furry Valley. I was like, hey, I'm an ex-admin. I have experiences personally. If you want to talk to an ex-admin, I know several. We would love to get our word out. Please, just let us talk about this. We want to talk about this. We want to see what goes on. We have so much to say. I'm rambling on and on and on.
Yeah, like you and Z, I hope inspires more people to get out of the woodwork. That's why I started the whistleblower series. It's just to inspire people to get out of the fucking woodwork. Oh my god, that's hot.
Yeah, I do hope that people join us and actually say what they have to say, even if you have to use a voice changer or hide your name, and like, I don't care if Simba knows who I am. Hi, Simba, I'm Mint. You know who I am. I'm the green and brown one. I'm the one with the antlers. You know who I am. Guess what? I'm back and I'm not being silent. You cannot silence me. And if you want to sit there and threaten me, go for it. I can call the cops on you. I can do what I need to do to protect myself. I'm not scared of you. I'm not.
Yeah, and it's like
What are you gonna do?
it's sucky that like Simba's like, oh yes, let's do this. Oh yes, let's do that. Oh yes, blah blah blah. And it's just like, what the fuck do you want us to do? Like he literally tries to brainwash us, control us, and everything. And it's just like, oh, this is hot, that's hot, blah blah blah. And it's just like, yeah, I'm like, more and more people that gets out, the better and better we get. And it's just like, it's just bullshit that we have to literally be afraid of coming out of the woodwork. And it's just like, I'm like, I have had 3 admins come out of woodwork. Now it's going to go up to 5. And hopefully I get more and more admins out of woodwork because guess what? Hot tea is the best tea to have because, again, we could get more and more people out. Be like, I'm not afraid of it. They haven't chased after the Mint, Fallen, Fancy, or Dan. They fucking betrayed Dan, but Dan was part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, if Simba tries to dox me, great. Like, I live out in the boonies, man, and if I live in the south, you show up to my house, if we don't know you, we're armed, we can defend ourselves. The cops are a thing, guys. Like, you have to take some precaution, lock your doors and such, do the normal thing you do, but there are police out there. You do not need to be scared of Simba. Yeah, he can threaten us, but it's only a threat. It really is only a threat. And he's like, oh, I got white hat hackers. Uh-huh. My significant other, who you probably heard asking me, hey, where are you? He actually was sitting there talking to Simba about code. And Simba was sitting here blowing him off like, oh, you aren't tough shit. But like, Simba didn't understand what my significant other was talking about. I feel like what Simba is full of hot air. Like Z I don't know about. Z is probably a little bit intimidating, but I feel like Simba is probably full of hot air. I mean, yeah, he's struck down a couple of people's videos, but they got put back up with really stupid pictures. Like I think Largo's has like a
Oh, that was
cat
because
with
of
a
Zavis. That was because of Zavis, not because of
yeah,
Simba.
but Zavis is under Simba's command. I feel like it was probably it was to protect Furry Valley.
Dude, he
Either
just
way,
needs to
though,
fucking leave.
he really does. Honestly, all the admins need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, we aren't going to be able to convince every admin. I hope that this convinces at least one admin, but does not care about his admins. I can tell you personally, he made us do the weekly recruitment. He has us on 3 different groups saying, he says it under the guise of, oh, well, to find which way is best.
I will.
But, like, expects you to sit here and pump out all this content. The Twitter, the design team, Telegram, and after, like, I think I was there for a year or so, like 8 months in, they were giving us more responsibilities on top of what we already had. Like, now we had to, like, specifically cater a certain group to try to, like, bring, it was a talisman group. And we would have to try to get people to interact with this group. I specifically tried to pick up the least, like, and it was specifically the kinky ones on Telegram, and I was just like, I don't like any of these groups. You know what? I'm gonna go with tentacles. That seems like the best for my mental health, because I don't like dick pics and anything like that. I have trauma. I can't do that stuff. But tentacles was the closest I could get. Like, I can do art. I cannot do real pictures, and tentacles was the best I could do. So I was like, I'm gonna take tentacles. Tentacles will be my group. And we had to cater that chat specifically, our talisman chat, and then we had to still post and everything, do the recruitment tasks and everything. It was a lot of work. And then on top of that, they started putting cooldowns on the posting of pictures. They wanted you to do like 2 a day or something. They wanted you to do it like 1 or 2 a day. They wanted you to like space it out a certain amount of hours. And I was like, I have a job. I'm doing this on the last day, and you can just deal with it. Because I don't have time to sit here and do this, post these things these certain times, be happy that I'm posting them at all. But Simba doesn't care about his admins, he cares about what you can do. That's why there's so many recruitment drives, because people quit and he needs more people. But he wants bodies to do the work. He doesn't want actual quality admins. He wants people who will just do what he wants. And obviously some of us don't want to tweet. And then others he is prejudiced against. Like, I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Because what wasn't the whole thing for you, like, writing?
Yep.
But, like, instead of, trying to help you, they just made fun of you. Like, there's Grammarly. If I was Simba, I would be like, hey, I know you have trouble with this. Here's Grammarly. This is a good device for checking your grammar, checking errors. Write it up on, like, Google Docs first. There are resources, and I would have, if I was Simba, I would be like, hey, this is the resources that you can use. This will make your life easier. I suggest you use them. It'll make your life so much easier. Like, but no, he decided to make fun of you instead, like a jackass.
Like most people.
It's wild. There's so many ways that you can help someone out instead of dragging them through the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the reason why I hate Simba. He doesn't want to help people, he just wants to make fun of them. And the fact that, he's a degenerate and a piece of shit, and you have to meet his expectations, otherwise you are not good to him. Like my significant other, when they were playing, he was on the RuneScape clan. They were doing a raid or something, and my partner has really bad internet, and we found out it's partly because of the cables. We got that fixed. Our internet is better now. We have like 17 gigabyte upload or download or whatever, I don't remember, it improved from like 2. It was horrendous before. But instead of being understanding, Simba was yelling at my partner because he was lagging and was not able to keep up. Like, he berated my significant other for no goddamn reason. And my significant other never became an admin, mind you. He did not follow my path. He did not care. But he is actually still in, as far as we are aware, Furry Valley. And Simba has no idea who it is. So, good luck, Simba. You aren't going to find my significant other. I promise you that. Because there's no connections between the two of us. Like, we didn't really connect our... Apologies about the ringing. We didn't connect our accounts in any way. You won't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
That said, my significant other does not really care for drama and does not care for causing a big scene. So he's probably just gonna quietly lurk. But yeah, someone does not care what's going on in your life unless you can benefit him. Let's see, what else? Do you have any questions?
Well, you have a lot of evidence that I'm going to be using in editing, so you went on your story and what happened.
Oh yeah, all that evidence is fair game. It's the whole reason I made that dang thing. Honestly, let me see if there's anything in there to talk about. I'm just gonna go right on down the list, and there is quite a bit of it from Z. So I'm going to start at what started to become my stuff, and let Z talk about their stuff. All right, there's Mushroom Cult. Oh, there's a lot of scrolling to do. All right.
Yeah, but I need to go to bed soon, around 10:30.
What time is it for you now?
10:04.
All right. Noted. You're about an hour ahead of me. At November 4th, 2021 is where my stuff starts, I believe. And it is the directory, the community. It's just a bunch of files you can throw up there about different stuff. Next one is the admin that went up to me and is like, hey, I'm putting together artist information for Furry Valley's custom card deck, which is the thing I worked on, and was wondering what name you'd like on the information card, and if you have any links to a safe work gallery on something like FA. And I let them know that I was banned and everything, and they were like, they're like, hey, I'm gonna try and get you credit anyways. I'll do what I can. And I took a screenshot of that just in case something happened. And you can even see, I said, just in case I need this for later. And next one is the situation where Simba brushed off the zoo joke, the bestiality joke. The one after that is the very lovely recruitment doc that I so kindly got from someone. Yeah, that's absolutely horrendous. I think my favorite part, like, they have a script on here. It says, hi there. I'm really sorry to disturb you, but I was wondering if you liked any more furry groups and or channels to join. And then it says, if they say yes, do this. If they say no, disengage. If they ask where you found them, tell them that you were trying to find a friend in the search, but you made a typo and found their name, and then forward them the message found in such and such, in this case too, and thank them for their time. Basically forward them the link. And it has tips where they suggest that you get a dominant Bara style Sona for your profile picture. And they are like, hey, you can use a different account. You can use an alt account, and your success rate will be higher. And they actually specifically say you can find many such pictures on E621, FA, and so forth. So they're basically saying, hey, go steal some art and use it to recruit, so you can get the most possible people. And then in the Q&As, there's where do you get the names from? And it's such a sketchy thing. Right? Colin,
Yeah?
you're gonna put the picture in there, right?
Yeah, I'll put pictures, don't worry.
Yeah. The second one, it explains where they say they got from 2018, yet they're still using the list to this day. And then I have the ex-admin that I was friends with being absolutely mad about how like they lost respect for Furry Valley and ended up quitting because of how I was treated. And the specific quote is, "She betrayed the community." And I have screenshots of the ex-admin. Next one is the humiliation thing. There's an announcement where somebody got banned for something. I think for doxing Simba. There's quite a few screenshots of different situations. There's the chat from Cord, the export from Cord that I don't trust totally. There's a Twitter block list, and then finally are the clips of meetings. I don't know what the first one was totally about, but the second one specifically, I believe, is the one that has Simba not only misgendering me, but saying that he was not going to give me credit. And then there's a bunch of other there is a bunch of Furry Valley documents from a certain individual, like a lot of them. A lot of PDFs of pictures. There's an old thing from when Furry Valley was Furry Menagerie. And then there's a false claim about Nova. You'll have to ask Z how old Nova is, because I was told that Nova was allegedly 15 to 16 years old when this certain picture took place, where Simba and I think Simba is sexualizing Nova. Simba seems to be sexualizing Nova. I don't know if Nova was a minor at that time or not, but that was the thing. Oh, and then there's a picture of what is allegedly Simba's bot for trying to find his pet apprentice bot. So yeah, Cult Mushroom is fair game if you find anything you need on there.
Thank you. I might just have to link it because of how they are about. Yeah, I might have to link it because it does have that feed logo and they can just easily take down the video.
Yeah. You'll have to probably blur out, just put something over any logos that are in there, and that'll prevent someone from being able to copy it. There is that doesn't have any so I don't know if you can do copyright on that. So you will have to tread carefully on that like copyright claims, but anything that you can find in there that you want to use, it's fair game. Do what you need to do in order to use it.
Yep, I will. And it might take me a couple days for editing, but if I can't edit it out, I'll just be like, fine, whatever.
If you have to, you can even like take my profile picture and just slap it over top of it.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Like, I don't care what you gotta do. I can make you a little, I can use some art of my character that you can slap over top of it if you want.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Like, yeah, just let me know. And I hope that I answered all the questions you needed.
Hey, you're just hopefully. Do you hope that this will help other admins to tell their bad experiences?
Oh, I hope so. If anybody out there has had an experience with Simba or with Furry Valley and wants to talk about it, even if you have to hide your name and hide your face, and even if you have to use your, it is good to let other people know what's going on. If we can prevent Simba and Furry Valley from getting more people there, if we can out Simba and Furry Valley for what it really is, we can save a lot of people from joining that chat, from getting a bad experience, from possibly becoming a victim even. And if I can send a message to Simba, we aren't scared of you. We will speak up and we will do whatever we can to let our voices be known and to try to bring down Furry Valley. I'm not going to sit there and try to sabotage Furry Valley by getting in there and infiltrating and everything because I frankly don't have the energy. But you're not this big bad lion who can get away with whatever he wants. You are not Simba from Disney. I'm surprised you haven't gotten copyright claimed and in trouble for that, by the way. But you are not this big bad king lion. You are just a human like the rest of us, and honestly, you're a piece of shit. And you don't scare me. And I refuse to be quiet, no matter what you do. So have fun, because it's not gonna last forever. And the tides are turning. I can see it. People aren't scared anymore, and they're coming out with everything they have. Like us, like Largo, like I think Coyote Lovely, somebody. People are talking, and you're not going to be able to silence them, even with copyright strikes. They will just make funnier versions of your logos. And artists like me, I'd be happy to make a mockery of you, to cover up logos and be able to post videos. You are not some god, you are not all powerful. We will prevail.
Well, thank you, Mitt. looks like I have to talk to Z a little bit later then.
Oh yeah, talk to Z. They have so much more than I could ever hope to have. Like, they are. There's a reason that I nicknamed them Lore Master. They know so much more than I could ever hope to know.
Well, I'm going to bed. Thank you for taking time to interview and whatnot.
No problem. I'm sorry it took so long.
It happens. I also have an hour and 20 minutes of video to edit. Yay!
Oof, we've been going at it for that long.
Mm-hmm.